I've just reached my length, well, just under my length, because I don't actually have enough yarn to carry on. This is what I'm left with, because I want to finish on a double crochet row. It's not going to be enough to do 2 rows, so I'm going to leave it at 17 centimeters, which looks fine anyway. So now I'm going to show you how to do the edging. So I'm just going to snip my yarn here. So I'm going to do my edging in the blue. I'm going to make a single slip knot. I get my hook. I'm going to put my hook just in front of that knot. Attach, pull through, chain 1, make a single crochet back into that same space. I'm going to make a single crochet to every stitch. So for this we need a multiple of 4. So as you're doing single crochets, or before you even start your single crochets, you should count your stitches. You need a multiple of 4 for our edging, what we're going to do. So if you need to, you're going to have to increase your single crochets, or you can decrease, but I don't recommend decreasing because we don't want our skirt to go smaller, we want it to stay quite flary. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to count my stitches, and if I need to do an increase, I'm going to show you how to do that. So I've just counted my stitches and I have 153, which equals 38.25. So my closest is 152, but that would mean decreasing, and I don't want to decrease, so I'm going to go and add 4 onto 152, which would be 156. So that's going to require me to do 3 increases. So I'm going to show you how to do the increases because I have 3 to do myself. So I think I'm going to put an increase here, an increase here, and an increase around this part somewhere, not too close to, in fact I'm going to put it at the front here. So I'm going to meet you back here. So I've got to my place and I'm just going to quickly show you how I'm going to do my increase. So I'm going to go into the next stitch and make a single crochet. I'm going to go back into the same stitch and make another single crochet, and then I'm going to carry on until it's time to make my next increase. So this is all you've got to do, depending on if you need to do increases or not. So I'm going to meet you when I finish this row. I've just come to the end of my single crochet row, and I'm going to chain 2 and turn my work. So now we're going to make the double crochets. So we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to skip 3 stitches. So we're going to skip this one, next one, and the next one, and go into the 4th. going to chain 1, go back into that stitch and make a double crochet, chain 1, go back into that stitch and make a double crochet, chain 1, back into the stitch, double crochet, and go chain 1. Then we're going to count again, 1, 2, 3 stitches and go into the 4th with a double crochet, chain 1, go back in with double crochet, chain 1, back in with a double crochet, chain 1, and back in with a double crochet. So you should have 4 double crochets in each stitch that you're going to go into. Then chain 1, skip through again, 1, 2, 3, go into the 4th, and so on until you get back round to the end, and I will show you how to finish up. Just coming to the end of my edging. So at the end you should be left with some stitches, and here you're going to go into the second chain and make a slip stitch, and you're going to chain 1. Now what we're going to do is going to turn our work, and into every chain 1 space now we are going to put a single crochet into every chain 1 space. That's what it should be looking like. So I'm gonna finish mine and I'm gonna meet you at the end when we are going to join together. So I've made a background to the start, and I'm just gonna make a slip knot into my first stitch here, right here. Now I'm going to chain 1 and cut my yarn. So now this is what it should look like. This is what you should have at the moment. It's very pretty. So now we're going to get on to the buttons. So you need to get your stitch markers, and we need to see where we're going to put our buttons. So I'm going to have 2 buttons. I'm going to put my buttonholes this side, and I have one at the top, around about there, and I'm going to have one round about here. Yeah. Right, so we need our yarn. And we need to make a slip knot. And I am going to start, I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 1 with the buttonhole side. So just find your very top stitch, pull your yarn through, chain 1, single crochet back into that stitch, and then we're just going to make single crochets down, finding a space. When you get to your stitch marker, I'm just going to actually put that into stitch space and put there. Right, so when you get to your stitch marker, you're going to chain whatever you need for your button. So I just grab all my buttons. So I'm going to be using these little ones here. So I'm just going to need 1 chain. So I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to skip over my stitch marker and I'm going to go into the next stitch I can. And then I'm going to check to see if my button goes in. Yeah, that's fine. So 1 chain for me. Yours might be bigger, so you might want to chain 2, chain 3. So then I'm coming to my next stitch marker to chain 1, skip over my stitch marker and put a single crochet in the next available space. So then you come to the bottom. So if you see this chain here, we're going to skip right over that. And I'll put another stitch here. And then I'm going to skip, totally miss this stitch at the bottom there. And single crochet into the next available place. So we're just going to work our way to the top. So that is our back done. I'm not going to do any more to that. So then what we're going to do is we're going to move straight onto the top. So what we're going to have to do here is count our stitches, because we need to find the middle stitch. We also need to mark it. So chain 1, put another single crochet into that stitch, and find your stitches from your chain. So I am going to count my stitches. I'm also going to mark the middle stitch, so I will meet you back here. So I've just finished and marked my middle stitch. I've got 27 stitches that side and 27 stitches that side. So I'm just going to quickly cut my yarn and I'll show you what to do next. So what you're going to do, you're going to get a stitch marker, and you're going to look and see where the corner stitch is. Mine's around about here, and then you can just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then I put that one into number 13. Right, so there we go. So now we need 5 stitches, same in both sides. That's not actually the corner, so I'm going to move that into the next one on both sides. That didn't look right at all. Right, so we've got the same amount of stitches, so we need 5 stitches. So I've got 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 in between. Okay, so I need 5 stitches, so I'm going to work my way from here. So say on the 4th here, I'm going to put a stitch marker in there. One, 2, 3, 4. Put a stitch marker in there. That's where I'm going to stop. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it's not going to be too close to the middle. It's not going to be too close to the edge, like the sides. So then I'm going to do the same side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to show you how to do this. So grab a yarn, and we're going to go come to this side first, and then 1 second, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so I'm going to go in, put our yarn in, touch our yarn, sorry. We're going to chain 1, and then make a single crochet, make a half double crochet, single crochet, half double, and a single crochet. I'm going to chain one, turn our work, and it's going to be a double crochet row, double crochet, chain one, turn, single crochet. Always start and end with a single crochet. So that's all you're going to do till you get to your length that you need. So I'm going to give you these measurements back. If you don't need them, just skip forward a minute or so. So that's the wrong one, that's my pattern, sorry. Here's the measurements. Right, so strap length is going to be, for me, 8 centimeters. So I'm gonna crochet the strap and I'm gonna make it 8 centimeters. And then I'm gonna also do this side and make it 8 centimeters, and then I will come back. So you get your measurement, which one that you need, and I will see you when I have. So I've just got the length of my straps. So I'm now going to show you how to sew them in. So you put your strap on the inside and sew from the inside. So sew that through. And I'm going to come back, go into the next stitch, go into the stitch after the one, and into the next. And so on until you come to the end, and I will meet you back here. So when you reach the end, you just want to put another stitch into the last one. When you bring it through, don't put it all the way, leave it all loose. I'm going to make a little knot in there. Then while you've got your yarn, I'm going to hide our tail. And then just snip off the excess. And that is one of my sleeves done. So I'm going to do right now, sew my tails, do my other sleeve, and sew in my buttons, and then I'm going to come back to you with the finished dress. So we're just going to attach the ribbon now. So this last step we have to do, so into this double crochet row here, you're going to put your crochet hook through, and pull your ribbon through. And you're going to skip on double crochet, go into the next double crochet and pull your ribbon through, skip one, pull it through, skip one, put it through, so then I'm going to start this side as well, skip one, put it through, oh gosh, I'm going to do this off camera and come back. So you should have something that looks like this at the moment. So before you go any further, you want to make sure your ribbon is equal both sides. I'm just going to measure, and I'm going to flip it over and make sure that's okay for the back as well. Right, mine seems to be okay, so now I'm going to skip one, go into the next, skip one, and it all depends on where you want this to go to. So just going to do a few more. There. We have 4 left in between, and I'm not very good at tying bows, so sorry. Let's, before we do that, let's just put it a little bit. So your waist is going in inwards. You could always readjust it. Right, so I'm just going to attempt to just tie anything here. So there is my bow. Very rubbish. And that is the dress made. Now this dress took a little bit of time, and I do apologise for the wait, but these stitches were a lot to do, and obviously it's going to get more the bigger the size you go. So this is my dress, and this is only a newborn. 1 second, just readjust my camera so you can see it a little bit better. So yeah, this is it, and I hope you found this useful. I hope it wasn't confusing in any way. If it was, please let me know so we can rectify that. But yeah, I love this dress. I'm gonna make it in bigger sizes as well because I just really like it. And I loved using this cotton yarn as well. I highly recommend this. The King Cole Cotton Soft DK. But the only thing is, I only got this much out of it, which is quite a lot really considering the stitches I did and the amount of stitches. So there we are. Thank you for joining in with me today. I hope you do well with yours. Any questions, just let me know. I don't mind, I really don't mind. And this is the end of the video, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.